On a cold January night in 2019, 22-year-old mother of four, Savannah Spurlock, went missing after leaving a bar in Lexington with three men. 6 months later, her remains were found on a property connected to one of those men. Wrapped in a rug and garbage bags were her feet bound. As the investigation delved deeper, disturbing details emerged of the events leading up to Spurlock's disappearance and the evidence linking her killer to the crime. This is the tragic true story of Savannah Spurlock, a young mother whose life was taken far too soon. On February 5, 1996, Savannah Spurlock was born in Richmond, Kentucky. She was a loving mother, daughter, and a friend who worked in the restaurant industry and enjoyed lifeguarding. In December 2018, Spurlock gave birth to twin boys, a surprise to her as she had been expecting a single baby girl. Struggling with the shock of having twins, Spurlock's newborns were being primarily cared for by their father when she disappeared. On January 4th, Spurlock went missing after leaving the other bar in Lexington with three men, including David Sparks. Surveillance footage showed Spurlock entering Sparks' home that night, but there was no footage of her leaving the house. 6 months later, investigators received a tip about a foul odor on property connected to Sparks' family in Garrett County. Upon investigation, they found Spurlock's remains in a shallow grave, wrapped in a rug, and garbage bags with her feet bound. The remains were discovered by Sparks' father, Alan, a pastor at a nearby church. It is still unclear how Spurlock died. Earlier that night, Spurlock had been out with two other women, but one left early and the other left Spurlock alone after the two had a disagreement about leaving. Between 2:30 and 3 a.m., Spurlock's mother, Ellen, tried to call her daughter and received a FaceTime call from Spurlock, who was in the front seat of a vehicle with the man from the surveillance footage. During the phone call, Spurlock told her mother, "Everything's fine, I'm just having fun with friends. I promise I will be home later this morning." However, Spurlock never returned home, and by 8:30 a.m. on January 4th, her phone had either died or had been turned off. Investigation into Spurlock's disappearance uncovered disturbing details of what happened that night, including a claim that the men took cell phone video of Spurlock performing a sex act on each of them, and one neighbor's recollection of hearing screams in the night. Another neighbor claimed that she heard screams coming from Sparks' house on the night Spurlock went missing. Within days of Spurlock being reported missing by her mother, Ellen, Sparks was identified as one of the men shown in security footage of Spurlock leaving the bar. Some people close to Sparks claims that he and other family members spread the rumor that Spurlock had run off with another man and was sick of being a mom. Sparks was arrested in July 2019 and pleaded not guilty to Spurlock's murder in September of that year. He told police that Spurlock stayed in his room the night that they met and had left before he woke up. Evidence found at the burial site on Fall Lake Road and in Sparks' home included blood that matched Spurlock's DNA and a rug and garbage bags that matched those found wrapped around Spurlock's body. It led investigators to believe that Sparks killed Spurlock and burned her on his parents' property. Surveillance video shows Sparks purchasing a replacement rug at a Walmart in Richmond on the morning of January 5th. According to investigators, Spurlock and the other two men went to Sparks' home after leaving the bar, and at some point the two other men left. Detective Ty Chavis with Kentucky State Police testified that Spurlock went to Sparks' home on Price Court on the night she disappeared, and that Sparks claimed he fell asleep, and when he woke up, Spurlock was gone. Police believe that Sparks took a rug and garbage bags from his home, used them to wrap Spurlock's body, and bound her hands and feet, burying her on his parents' property. It is unclear why police did not find Spurlock's remains during their initial search. Despite the evidence against him, Spark maintained his innocence, and he went to trial in February of 2021. During the trial, prosecutors presented evidence including the matching rug and the garbage bags found at the burial site and in Sparks' home, as well as DNA evidence linking Spurlock to the scene. Witnesses testified to hearing screams coming from Sparks' home on the night of Spurlock's disappearance and to the rumor that Sparks and his family members spread about Spurlock running off with another man. On February 25, 2021, the jury found Sparks guilty of murder, tampering with physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years. The tragic case of Savannah Spurlock's murder sent shockwaves through the community and beyond, with many expressing outrage at the callous actions of her killer and the disturbing details of her final hours. It serves as a reminder of the dangers that can exist, even in familiar surroundings, and the importance of staying vigilant and looking for one's own safety. Savannah Spurlock's family and loved ones continue to grieve for her loss, and hope that her killer's conviction brings some measure of closure and justice for her untimely death. So that's going to do it. If you like this episode and enjoy true crime, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on weekly uploads.